Should we start? Yeah. It's working. It's working. Hope. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وآله الطاهرين اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. So this is our second session on Hajj. So the first session we discussed about the istita'ah, the capability, and we discussed 5 different types of capabilities, istita'at. If istita'at is there, a person becomes mustati'. I think there is a lot of echo. So is it okay for you to? Because for me it is difficult actually. There is a lot of echo. Okay. Yeah. So tonight we'll start the discussion on Hajj Masail itself. Yeah. So let's start with salawat on Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. See, there are different types of Hajj. So Hajj of Ifrad, Hajj of Qiran, and Hajj at-Tamattu'. For us, those who are living 88 kilometers away from Makkah, so thousands of kilometers we are away from Makkah. For us, it will be Hajj Tamattu'. Simple as this. Hajj is divided into two parts. Into two parts, Hajj is divided. The first part is called Umrah at-Tamattu', and the second part at-Tamattu'. Let me repeat this again. The first part is called at-Tamattu', and the second part is called Hajj at-Tamattu'. So you must have heard about Umrah Mufrada. Umrah Mufrada. This Umrah at-Tamattu' is part of Hajj. Umrah Mufrada means alone. You must have seen people are going for Umrah, they go for Umrah and they do their Umrah. That is Umrah Mufrada. It is not linked with anything. Mufrada is alone. So you won't be performing Umrah Mufrada, rather you will be performing Umrah at-Tamattu'. And the second part will be Hajj at-Tamattu'. So these are the two parts. Umrah at-Tamattu', part number one. So Umrah at-Tamattu' can be performed from 1st of Shawwal, till 9th of Dhul Hijjah. You can perform this. In between, whenever you get time, go and perform Umrah at-Tamattu', finish this Umrah. Then you have to wait till Arafah. On 9th of Dhul Hijjah, you will go to Arafat. That is the second part, it will start, that is called Hajj at-Tamattu'. So how many times you will wear ihram? 2 times you will wear ihram. So first you will wear ihram for Umrah at-Tamattu', and second is Hajj at-Tamattu'. Umrah at-Tamattu' is different from Umrah al-Mufrada. That's what I put the note. Umrah al-Mufrada, when people are going for Umrah alone, other than the Hajj days, that is called Umrah al-Mufrada. So, Umrah at-Tamattu', there are 5 things you will do. How many things? 5. There are 5 wajibat you are supposed to do. Once it is finished, your Umrah at-Tamattu' ihram will come out, and you will wear normal clothes and you are in Makkah. Okay? Then Hajj at-Tamattu' will come. Hajj at-Tamattu', there are 13 things to do. The bigger part is the Hajj at-Tamattu'. I will discuss this. So our whole discussion, please listen to me. I will discuss 3 things in Hajj Masail. The first is Umrah at-Tamattu'. That is the first thing. Second is Hajj at-Tamattu'. And the third is the ahkam of ihram, muharramatul ihram. So if you wear ihram, there will be 25 things that you will be forbidden to do. You cannot do this. Haram ho jayenge aapke upar. So these things I will discuss. So there are 3 different sections. Section number 1 is Umrah at-Tamattu'. Section number 2, Hajj at-Tamattu'. Section number 3, Muharramat of Ihram. When you wear Ihram, 25 things, it will become haram on you to do. There are some things even other than Ihram. These things are haram. But when you wear Ihram, there will be a penalty then. A severe penalty sometimes. Let's start the discussion. So, Umrah Tamattu, few questions. Am I supposed to be in a state of wudu if I'm wearing ihram? So, wherever I go, should I be supposed to be in a state of wudu for all times? The answer is no. That's not the case. But there are some areas where you're supposed to be in the state of wudu. Is it necessary to remain in wudu during Hajj? Answer is remaining a state of wudu is highly recommended. But there are only two areas where you're supposed to be in the state of wudu, wajib. When you're doing tawaf of Kaaba, you should be in a state of wudu. And after completing the tawaf, when you recite 2 rakah salah of tawaf. For namaz, you are supposed to be in a state of wudu. That's it. Other than that, if you are not in a state of wudu, there's no problem in that. There's no problem in that. Is it clear? Yeah? So 2 things, you are supposed to be in a state of wudu. After that, as I've mentioned, wearing ihram, performing sa'i between Safa and Marwa, and other rituals which you will do, it's not wajib. Is there any wajib ghusl to be performed for Hajj? Answer is no. There is no wajib ghusl. But there are some mustahab ghusl. For example, for wearing ihram, I will discuss this. Highly recommended to do ghusl of wearing ihram. To enter haram of Khane Kaaba, the haram itself, mustahab to do ghusl. Even in Medina, mustahab to do ghusl. These are all recommended ghusl, not wajib. There is no wajib ghusl. For Hajj, there is no wajib ghusl. Hope. Is there any obligatory recitation for Hajj and Umrah? We are not supposed to recite. Rather, we are supposed to perform some actions. But there are 2 recitations you are supposed to recite, wajib. Number 1 is talbiyah. Talbiyah you are supposed to recite. So at least you can hear what you have recited. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika laka labbaik. Done. Once you have recited up to here, done, khalas. After that, it is mustahab if you repeat it. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika laka labbaik. Innal hamda. These are mustahabat. We'll discuss this. This is wajib recitation. The other wajib recitation is your namaz. Tawaf. After tawaf, you will recite 2 rakah salah. This you are supposed to recite. You got it? Let me ask. For how many things you are supposed to be in a state of wudu? How many things? 2. What are these? Tawaf and Salatu Tawaf. How many things you are supposed to recite wajib? 2. Talbiyah and Salatu Tawaf. After that, recitation of the Quran, and there are so many mustahab dua, even while doing the tawaf. So therefore, every single round, there is mustahab dua. I don't want to recite anything, Maulana. Let me focus on my round. Okay, it's upon you. It's not wajib. Your Hajj is okay. There is no problem in that. So I'm just clarifying things. So I'm starting the discussion of Hajj Tamattu or Umrah Tamattu. Umrah Tamattu. How many wajib things are there in Umrah Tamattu? 5 things. So 5 things you are supposed to do. These are 5 things. Umrah Tamattu at a glance. So it will become big. Don't worry. Number 1. Number 1 is ihram. Very first thing is, I am supposed to wear ihram. So now all the rulings tonight, most of the part, we'll spend on discussing the Masael of ihram itself. The first question, what is the definition of ihram? How to wear ihram? What are the conditions of ihram? What are the mustahabbat of ihram? What are the makruhat of ihram? What is miqat, where I'm supposed to go and wear? All these discussions we'll do tonight, ihram. Number 1 thing. Number 2, okay, the first part, is there anyone who is going from Jeddah? You are the only one. Other than you, everyone you are going from Medina? Simple. Case is a simple. So you will wear ihram in Medina, in Masjid Shajara. We'll discuss this, miqat. The rest 4 things, all these 4 things of Umrah Tamattu, you will perform in Makkah. So you relax. I don't know how they'll take you nowadays. There is a train as well and by bus. So by bus at night you will start the journey after Maghrib and Isha prayers. Normally by Fajr namaz you are there in Makkah, and after Fajr prayers we go for completing our amal, the 4 remaining amal, going to the Haram Khane Kaaba to perform our amal. So what happens between 15 hours, so the journey in between, and then exactly if I tell you, when you reach Makkah and perform all the amal, it will not take, you can say, 2 hours, not more than 2 hours for you to complete all the amals of Umrah Tamattu. So the second is tawaf. So you will do the tawaf of Khane Kaaba, 7 rounds. How to do, from where to start, all these discussions will come. After doing the tawaf, the third wajib is behind Maqam Ibrahim. So there is a place of Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam, Maqam Ibrahim. Behind this, you are supposed to recite how many rakah salah? 2 rakah salah of Salatul Tawaf. Just after that, finish this, because when you'll finish, in front of you, you will see Maqam Ibrahim. So you will finish, for example, if I'll go here, if this is Hajar Aswad, you will finish here. And here you will see Maqam Ibrahim. Behind this you will go and you will see people, they are offering salah, 2 rakah salah, you offer Salatut Tawaf, is done. This is the third wajib. After this, you are supposed to do sa'i between Safa and Marwa. There you have to take exit Marwa. From where you have to start? Is Marwa, Safa. Safa, Marwa. Safa you will start, and 7 rounds. 7th round you will finish at Marwa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You will finish here. So that's how you will finish. How to do this? I will discuss this. Once you finish this, you have to do taqseer. Taqseer means cutting some hair of the head, beard or mustache. You're not supposed to shave your head here. Shaving head is in Mina. You will shave your head. Gents. Ladies, they will trim their hair. That's it. Hope. Let me show you how these things are there. You can see number one. Number one on your left hand side at the top. You can see ihram at miqat. So it's not in Makkah. So the second one is of Khane Kaaba, 7 rounds. The third is Salat of Tawaf behind Maqam Ibrahim. Once you finish this, then between Safa and Marwa there are 2 mountains. Between this you have to do sa'i, you have to walk. That's it, nothing else. And after that you have to do taqseer. Taqseer means cutting your beard, your hair, or khalas. Let's go ahead. Wearing ihram from miqat. That is the first wajib. How many wajibat are there, by the way? I will ask again and again. In Umrah at-Tamattu, 5. Number 1, please, wearing ihram. Number 2, you'll go by bus. Then you have to do tawaf. Then Salatul Tawaf. Then sa'i between Safa and Marwa. After that, taqseer. These are the 5 things. Let's start with wearing ihram from miqat. Ihram, literal meaning of ihram is haruma, to be forbidden. किसी चीज का हराम हो जाना, we say takbiratul, tell me, takbiratul ihram. What does it mean? That is the takbir when you start your salah and you say this Allahu Akbar, things become haram, which were halal on you. You cannot eat, you cannot speak, you cannot look here and there. It's haram on you. The same way, when you wear this ihram with the conditions which I'll discuss, as soon as आप ihram पहन लेंगे, things will become haram on you. which were maybe things were halal. By the way, when we say ihram, ihram is not a piece of cloth. Ihram is a spiritual state. Is a spiritual state. उस स्टेट के अंदर आप यू आर नॉट अलाउड टू डू. मे बी फॉर एग्जाम्पल यू रिमूव दिस क्लोथ एंड यू वियर द नेक्स्ट वन, देयर इज नो प्रॉब्लम इन दैट. Or for example, your ihram cloth becomes chafu. Maulana, what should I do? Change your ihram cloth. There is no problem in that. Because ihram cloth पर नहीं है. Ihram किसके ऊपर है? Your spiritual state is there. Okay? You got it? So, ihram, sacred state into which a Muslim must enter in order to perform Hajj or Umrah. If you are not in that state, you cannot go perform. Do this. So, you have to be there in that state. What are the obligatory acts of entering into the state of ihram? अगर मैं ihram में आना चाहता हूँ, क्या करूँ मैं? What should I do? How many things are there which I'm supposed to do? 3. What are these? These are there? No. Number 1 is, first thing is niyyah. First thing is the niyyah, because all these are ibadat, and ibadat, niyyah is batil, is null and void. First, you have to have niyyah that I am wearing. I'll discuss the niyyah as well. You do the niyyah. What is the second thing? First, you will wear the ihram clothes, number 1. So, what are these? I'll discuss this. Wear the clothes, ihram clothes. Number 2 is the niyyah. And the third is labbaik Allahumma labbaik, talbiyah. These are the 3 things you're supposed to do for ihram. So, first is wearing the ihram garments. What are these? I will discuss. So, जैसे ही ihram garments पहने, number 1, अभी तक आपके पर 25 जो चीज़ें हराम है वो नहीं आई हैं. If you wear clothes, no. Second is the niyyah. You did the niyyah, nothing will happen. Third thing, as soon as you say labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika laka labbaik, now all the 25 things, if some of the things which were halal, it will become haram. Your wife will become haram on you. Until and unless you come out from that state, you perform your umrah tamattu, you come out from that state, the things will become halal. तो आपको wait करना होगा. Any question here? Is there any question? Nothing? Should we go forward? अब क्या करेंगे? अब एक एक चीज को हम डिस्कस करेंगे. Wearing the ihram garments. What is the meaning of ihram garment? What are the conditions? What are the mustahabbat of this ihram garment? So there are questions on that. Then niyyah. There will be people who will be doing Hajj for themselves. This is your own wajib Hajj. How to do the niyyah? Maybe you are doing the Hajj on someone else and that is his wajib Hajj. Niyabat you are doing. How to do the niyyah? No, Maulana, I have already done my Hajj. I just want to have a precaution. Ihtiyati Hajj. Precautionary Hajj. How to do the niyyah? Maulana, my Hajj is done. I'm okay. I just want to do Hajj on behalf of Imam Zaman Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Faraju Sharif. Mustahab Hajj. So these are the different niyyah we'll discuss. The last one is the talbiyah. Talbiyah, the wajib part, and the mustahab talbiyah we'll discuss. Okay. Conditions for the garment of ihram. कैसा होगा? Ladies का तो मसला आसान है. Ladies, so those clothes actually they wear for their salah, normal clothes, they can consider their own normal clothes, even stitched, sewn clothes, so they can consider those clothes as their ihram garments. Although for them it is mustahab that the clothes should be white, not printed, cotton का होना चाहिए, white होना चाहिए, that is mustahab. Simple is it. That pure silk नहीं होना चाहिए, that's it. But other than that, there is no particular thing. For gents, 2 pieces of clothes. 2 pieces होंगे, unstitched. What are these? Essential requirements. अच्छा, पहले तो requirement बता दूँ. Number 1, it should be tahir. It should be pak for both of you, gents and ladies. Pak होना चाहिए, यानी नजिस नहीं हो. What do I mean actually if I say it should be tahir? No urine, no blood, उस पे नहीं लगा होना चाहिए. If it becomes najis, so as soon as possible, you go and make it pak as soon as possible. Maulana, it's difficult for me. I have another piece of ihram, 2 pieces mein paas hai. I can remove this and I can wear the extra one which I am having. There is no problem. But you cannot remain in a state of najis ihram. As soon as possible, go and wash it, make it pak. That's it, nothing else. So if later becomes najis, one should purify or change it as soon as possible. But if it is not possible, you'll say, Maulana, मेरे पास extra भी नहीं है, change नहीं कर सकता. I cannot go and make it pak. I'm in a bus, और बस जाके रुकेगी, it's difficult. Okay, कोई problem नहीं है. फिर जब time मिले, आप इसको जल्द से जल्द इसको pak कीजिए. Got it? So your ihram should be pak. Number 2, it should not be usurped, ghasbi. चोरी का माल नहीं होना चाहिए. Make sure the money from which you are buying or you're purchasing, you have paid khums. It's not usurped. It should not be ghasbi. It should not be transparent. Inshallah ta'ala, Muhammad Jafar bhai will make sure itna mota denge aapko. Normally it doesn't happen. Maybe when it comes to the ladies, when they are wearing their clothes, so the body is not revealed, it's not transparent. For gents, so the cloth normally it's like a towel, so usse transparent nahi hota hai. It should not be made of pure silk. Recommended kya hai, the ihram garment for both of you is it should be made of cotton. So आपके पास होगा जो towel होगा वो तो cotton का होता है. Ladies भी जो पहने तो वो prefer करें कि cotton का हो. Now coming to the gents. So 2 pieces of clothes. So 2 pieces of clothes, rida and izar. They are 2 pieces. The upper part and the lower part. The upper part is called rida. Rida, shoulder cloth. So must cover both the shoulders, arms, and much of the back. Much of the back it should cover. And the down part is called izar, waist strap. So must cover from navel up to knees. It should cover. Yeah. Later on, for example, I did the niya, Maulana, garmi lag rahi hai, and I'm sitting amongst gents. There are no ladies. Maulana, I want to remove the upper part. Can I remove? There is no problem. There is no problem. If you feel that it is hot, you can remove it. There is no problem in that. You got it? Yeah, so these towels, at the end, if they are stitched, there is no problem. But you cannot stitch it for yourself, making it like shati and trouser. You cannot do this. It should be unstitched. Maulana, you said that ihram should be unstitched. What about keeping a belt? I want to put some money, passport, but it is stitched. There is no problem in that. So putting that belt, keeping that belt, which is stitched, you can keep this. Maulana, can I put a pin? Yeah, to hold this, putting pin is allowed, but you cannot tie a knot. Tying a knot is not allowed. Ihtiyat-e-wajib Sisani says. But if you want to put a pin, there is no issue in that. It is allowed as well. Now coming to the ladies. Ladies, a woman can enter ihram in her normal clothes, provided they meet prayer garment conditions. So जो आपके लिबास के जो नमाज की conditions हैं वो होनी चाहिए. So wearing the 2 garments is not obligatory for her. कि 2 garments होने चाहिए, नहीं, जितने garments सही है, या एक garment के अंदर ही एक nowadays so ऊपर से नीचे तक क्या कहते पहनते हैं? What do you call it in Swahili? What do you call it? No, dera, yeah. So the dera, someone wants to wear dera. It's 1 piece. There is no issue in that. 2 pieces gents के लिए जो है शर्त है, ladies के लिए शर्त नहीं है. 1 piece के अंदर वो जाना चाहते हैं. There is no issue in that. Women can cover their feet. We'll discuss this, by the way. Okay, the muharramat. So in front of na-mahram, you are supposed to cover your feet. You are supposed to cover your feet. Gents are not supposed to cover their feet. We'll discuss this. Wearing the ihram garment before reaching the miqat. Maulana, I'm leaving the hotel in Medina. So half an hour away, the miqat place is there, Masjid Shajara. Can I wear my ihram here? And we'll do the niyyah there. There is no problem in that. Because by wearing the towel, the 2 pieces, it will not be considered that you have worn ihram. Why? For ihram, how many conditions are there? 3. Number 1 is the wearing of the garment. Number 2, niyyah. Number 3 is talbiyah. Yes. So you can see this masjid. Masjid is like this, Masjid Shajara. When you reach there you can, for example, you do the niyyah and recite talbiyah. So you will wear, by the way, when we leave Medina, our hotel, all of us, we are wearing ihram. All of us, we are wearing ihram. And there we go and recite namaz, wajib namaz, maghrib and isha namaz. After that we do recite talbiyah and we move on. That's how we do. Okay? There's no problem in that. So if you're wearing your ihram in hotel, it doesn't mean that you are in a state of ihram. No. So you'll be in the state of ihram at miqat only. Wearing more than 2 garments of ihram. So Maulana, thandi lage chhe. Can I have a shawl or blanket on top of this? Yes, you can do. There is no problem in that. But there is a condition. For gents, they cannot cover their head and ear. Head and ears, you cannot cover. Maulana, bahut thandi lag rahi hai, muh pe le leta hu pura sara. You cannot do this. Yeah. If you are in a state of ihram. And the ladies, you cannot cover your face. You cannot cover your face. So आप blanket लेते हैं, ले लीजिए. तो ये मुहर्रमात में we will discuss this. Hope. As we discussed, for wearing ihram, there is no obligation that you should be in a state of wudu and you have to do ghusl. No. Mustahab. Mustahab. Okay. So we discussed that, by the way. So ihram, not necessary that you go and purchase ihram. You can borrow from someone. Those who have gone for Hajj before, you can say, can you give me your ihram? You can use someone else's ihram as well. Okay. Now, as I discussed, keeping ihram on at all times, is it necessary? Answer is, it is not wajib for a muhrim to wear the ihram garments at all times. So for example, if you reach Makkah, so you want to remove your rida. You're with your roommates, garmi lag rahi hai, I want to remove this. Or I'm going to washroom, so I want to remove this, want to give it to someone. There's no problem in that. There's no problem in that. Yeah, removing the rida, upper garment, whether out of necessity or not, it's permissible. Even the ladies as well. If you're amongst your sisters, so amongst ladies, if you want to remove your hijab, you can do this. There's no issue in that. Changing the ihram garment, I want to change it. I want to change my ihram because of the najasat or whatever. So it is not necessary to wear the same ihram garment throughout. So one may replace it with another garment that fulfills the required condition. As I said, please listen to me. As I said, ihram is not cloth, not a cloth. Ihram is a spiritual state. Ladies, sometimes they come and ask, Maulana, I did niyat of ihram on that cloth. So I have reached Makkah. Can I change the clothes and wear something else? You can do this. There is no problem in that. Because ihram has nothing to do with the clothes. You are in a state of ihram. Gents, Maulana, these 2 pieces of towels, can I replace it with 2 pieces of towels? There is no problem in that. You can change it. You got it? Mustahab acts before ihram. I will skip fastly because there are so many mustahabat. Later on, you can go through, I'll share the file. So when you're wearing ihram, so you can do this mustahabat. There's a hadith. Hamad ibn Isa says, I asked our 6th Imam, Anit tahiyyu lil ihram, about preparing for ihram. Imam alayhi salatu wasalam replied, few things. Taqlimul adhfar, cut your nails. So before you get ready for ihram, cut your nails. وَأَخْذُ الشَّارِبَ, so you have trimming your mustache or your beard or mustache. If you, sharib is your mustache, by the way, not beard. So trimming your mustache, mustahab. وَحَلْقُ الْعَانَى, so hair of private part, so shaving the hair of the private part, it is mustahab. It is mustahab. Another mustahab, there are 5 another mustahab acts. Avoiding cutting hair. Yeah, so those who are going for Hajj, mustahab from 1st of Dhul Qadah. Already they are from Dhul Qadah. Yeah, for Hajj, avoid cutting head and beard hair. ये और ये. Mustahab. Yeah, don't cut after this. एक साथ पूरी शेव कीजिएगा. Yeah, and during your Hajj time, it is mustahab. Cleaning the body, trim nails, mustache, removing, we discussed that. Ghusl for ihram. Mustahab, that before you wear your ihram, you do ghusl. One thing about doing ghusl, it is highly recommended to do ghusl at miqat. To do ghusl at miqat. But what do? We do ghusl at our hotels because of the time constraints and all this. By the way, the facility is there. If anyone is interested, he can go and do the ghusl at miqat. That is recommended. Recite dua while doing ghusl. This dua is amazing. When you want to do ghusl of ihram, this is Bismillah wa billah, that in the name of Allah and by Allah, Allahumma ja'alhu li nuran wa tahura. Oh Allah, make it for me a light and purification. These du'as are amazing. So phrase by phrase I have done the translation. So when you get time, so read this dua and then do ghusl. So this is the fifth mustahab act. So performing prayer before ihram. So you wear ihram at miqat. Before this, you offer salah. Which salah? Mustahab is that after zuhr prayer, you wear your ihram. But the problem is this: you will not go to miqat at zuhr time. You will go to miqat at maghrib time. Why? Because the masala with our Shias is that once you are wearing ihram for gents, they cannot travel under a shade. So during daytime. So you have to travel at night time. During night time you have to travel. So Maulana, Zuhur namaz, I cannot recite there. So that's what Ayatollah Sistani says. Preferably after Zuhur namaz, you wear your ihram. If you cannot, obligatory prayer. So you will be offering Maghrib and Isha. So once you offer Maghrib and Isha namaz, so do the niyyah and recite talbiyah. That is highly recommended. Or for example, you reach at a time that there is no namaz. So at that time, so Ayatollah Sistani says, either 2 rakah or 6 rakah. Mustahab namaz for this ihram you recite. So what to recite? In first rakat Surah Al-Hamd and Ikhlas, and second Al-Hamd and Surah Kafirun. And then you praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, send salawat on Muhammad wa ali Muhammad, and there is dua of ihram again. So the one dua was before ghusl. One dua is before wearing the ihram at miqat. So recite this dua, Ayatollah Sistani says, highly recommended. What are the makruh acts? Number 1, wearing black clothing. For example, someone is wearing, so by the way, gents, they will get white garment. Ladies, anyone wants to be in the state of ihram with the black clothing, makruh. Or sleeping on yellow bedding or clothes. So the pillow is yellow or the bedding is yellow. That is makruh, not to do this. Wearing dirty clothing. So you wear dirty, what? Dirty ihram. If it becomes dirty, there is no problem later on. But at the beginning you are wearing this, the masala is there. Wearing pattern or decorated clothes for ladies and gents both. Applying henna before ihram. So much so that when you're wearing ihram, the asar, the effect of the henna is there. It is makruh. Yeah. Or taking bath even. Taking bath and scrubbing your body is makruh in the state of ihram. If it becomes wajib on you, it's a different thing. But better not to take bath in the state of ihram. Let's go back. So wearing ihram garments. So how many wajibat are there for ihram? 3. Wearing ihram garments. This is done. From miqat, we'll discuss miqat. Number 2 is the niyyah. Let's have a discussion. How should I make niyyah for ihram? How should I do? So verbally, by the way, when you offer salah, it is not mustahab even to say your niyyah verbally. If you have niyyah in your heart, it is okay, sufficient. Maulana, मैं कहना चाह रहा हूँ नमाज पढ़ूँ छूँ फजर नहीं बेरकत कुर्बतन इल्लल्लाह. We do this, na? It's not wajib, even it is even. What you are supposed to do, the niyyah. But when it comes to Hajj, uttering your niyyah, it's not wajib, but uttering is mustahab. It is mustahab. So how to do? You can say, I am wearing the ihram for Umrah at-tamattu' for fill in the blanks. It can be any of these 5 things. Qurbatan ilallah, seeking nearness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, Umrah tamattu for what? For myself. Hajjatul Islam. It's wajib Hajj for me. So you will say like this, I am wearing the ihram for Umrah at-tamattu for myself, for wajib Hajj myself, qurbatan ilallah. Or if someone is doing precautionary Hajj, so I am wearing this Umrah, ihram of Umrah at-tamattu for my precautionary Hajj, qurbatan ilallah. For someone else, so you just need to fill in the blank. That's it. Khalas. Any question here? Nothing? What is the actual meaning of qurbatan ilallah? It means that I am performing the act in the obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His attaining His nearness, not to show to others. Khalas. Obligatory thing. Number 3 is the talbiyah. So you will wear the ihram, then you will say your niyyah, as we discussed. Now you will say talbiyah. If someone recites talbiyah wearing the ihram garments, that's not proper actually. So talbiyah will be best. So once you wear your clothes, do the niyyah and recite talbiyah. By the way, there is a good hadith. So whoever is going for Hajj, please go and read the discussion of Imam Sajjad alayhi salatu wasalam with Shibli. I can show you, if I'll go exit and then. It's a long hadith. And when Imam Sajjad alayhi salatu wasalam meets with Shibli, he has a discussion on Hajj. لما رجع مولانا زين العابدين من الحج استقبله الشبلی. जब इमाम ज़ैनुल आबिदीन अलैहिस्सलातु वस्सलाम हज से वापस आते हैं, शिबली आता है इमाम के पास. So फ़क़ाल अलैहिस्सलाम lahu, Imam Sajjad अलैहिस्सलातु वस्सलाम speaks to him and says, Hajjta ya Shibli, have you done Hajj? Have you performed Hajj, ya Shibli? He says, Na'am yabna Rasulullah, ya O son of Rasulullah, I have performed. Imam alaihissalatu wasalam asks questions. So the first question says, Anzalta al-miqata, did you arrive at the miqat, remove your stitched clothing and perform the ghusl? He said, yes, Mawla, I did that. But he didn't know what Imam alaihissalatu wasalam is trying to say, or unke murad kya hai, meaning kya hai. Then Imam says, okay, if this is the case, you did all this, fahina nazalt al-miqat, at the time that you arrived at miqat, nawaita annaka khala'ta thawb al-ma'siyah. So you remove your stitched clothes. Did you do the niyyah that I am removing the thawb al-ma'siyah, the clothes of ma'siyat, of guna, of sins? Wa labista thawb ta'a, now I am wearing the clothes of obedience. He says, Maulana, ya Imam Zainul Abidin, ya Imam Sajjad, I never did that niyyah. मैंने नियत ही नहीं की है. तो कहते हैं काला अल्लाह, मैं तो मौलाना ने कहा था ऐसे करो वही कर रहा था. See, all these masail we are discussing, that you should not do anything wrong, but spirituality is something else. Your whole focus should not be here, like here and there. No, do this thing, but spirituality should be there. तो ये spirituality पे बात कर रहे हैं इमाम. तुमने क्या उस वक्त सोचा ही है कि ये मैं लिबास उतार रहा हूँ, तो गुनाह का लिबास उतारा, इताअत का लिबास पहन लिया. फिर कहा फ़हीन तजर्रत अन मखीत थियाबिक, when you remove your stitched garments, did you intend that you were also removing hypocrisy, showing off and involving doubtful matters? He says, no, ya Imam. And then he says, as you put off your stitched clothes, did you intend to get rid of show of hypocrisy? No, this is the same thing, sorry. فحين اغتسلت نويت أنك اغتسلت من الخطايا والذنوب, کہ did you intend to wash yourself from sins and offenses؟ جب تم غسل کر رہے تھے تو اس غسل کے وقت یہ نیت کر رہے تھے کہ اے خداوند میرے گناہوں کو ایسے نکال دے میرے جسم سے؟ کیا نیت کی؟ اس نے کہا نہیں میں نے ایسے نہیں کیا. پھر کہا in that case you did not really stop at miqat, put off your sewn clothes and wash yourself. کیا کیا تم نے؟ You didn't do anything actually. So when you're performing each and every single step in Hajj, during Hajj, please اس پہ فوکس کیجئے گا. I always say this, there are so many things. It's a whole package. When you go for a Hajj, it's a whole package. ہم لوگ کیا کرتے ہیں؟ ہمارے پاس بڑے بڑے ولاز ہوتے ہیں, بڑے بڑے ولاز ہوتے ہیں. When you go for Hajj, you will come to see. You don't have a villa. The toughest place is, Mash'ar and Mina. So in Mina, 3 days you are there. Mash'ar, that night actually is the most difficult night. Why? Nothing is there. You have to sleep on soil, on the floor. کچھ بھی نہیں ہے آپ کے پاس. It's very difficult. That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to teach us. دنیا کے پیچھے بھاگ رہے ہو, واپس آؤ گے زمین پہ آنا ہے. پھر ہمارے پاس کیا کپڑے چاہیے ہوتے ہیں. I want to have this libas, how many shelas, how many ghagra's and all this, how many kanzus, how many coat pants. وہاں پر کیا ہے پہننے کے لیے 2 جگہ لباس ہیں, اور یہی 2 لباس کے ساتھ انسان کفن کے اندر خدا کے پاس جائے گا. وہاں بھی 2 لباس ہیں, اوپر کا اور نیچے کا. That's it. خدا بتانا چاہ رہا ہے اسی حال میں میرے پاس آنا ہے تمہیں. آر یو ریڈی؟ ریڈی ہو تم میرے پاس اس حال میں آنے کے لیے؟ اور انسان کیا کرتا ہے؟ لیڈیز اینڈ جینٹس, لیڈیز جو ہے یہاں سے یہاں میک اپ, یہاں سے یہاں برش, بال یہاں سے یہاں. جب آپ کے پاس بال ہوں گے, وین یو ویئر یور احرام کلوتھس, حرام آن یو ٹو لک ایٹ یور سیلف ان دا میرر. جب آپ گنجے ہو جائیں گے, بولڈ, پھر حلال ہوئے گا. نو لک ایٹ یور سیلف. خدا کیا چاہ رہا ہے؟ آپ کے نفس کو مارنا چاہے گا. نفس کو مارو انسان, خدا کے پاس جاؤ گے. عجیب ہے. یعنی حج مثلا ائمہ کی زندگی میں دیکھیں, امام حسن مشتبہ 25 حج پاپ یادہ, واکنگ فرام مدینہ ٹو مکہ گئے ہیں. So they were attaining something actually from this Hajj. Amazing actually. آپ جائیں گے تو ایک ہم کہتے ہیں کہ شنیدن کئی بود مانند دیدن. In Farsi we say what you see cannot be equal to what you hear. Seeing is something else. You go and experience it. It's something else. So philosophy of ihram. So philosophy of ihram میں آپ کے سامنے ڈسکس کر لیا کہ چیزیں حرام ہو جاتی ہیں. So when you are in state of ihram, leave this dunya, leave everything. So those who are going for Hajj, please اپنے آپ کو پریپیئر کر کے جائیے گا. یہ نہیں ہونا چاہیے وہاں پر جا کے برازہ, وہاں پر تو مولانا 24 دن کا برازہ چلے گا وہاں پر. سوری, یس برازہ از دیئر, بٹ برازہ از ود اللہ سبحانہ و تعالی, ناٹ ود پیپل. آپ کو ایک مشن کے اوپر جا رہے ہیں, ایک جرنی پر جا رہے ہیں. دا وے یو آر گوئنگ, ڈو ناٹ کم بیک دا وے یو آر. سو آپ کو بار بار یہ کہتے ہوئے نظر آئیں گے کہ محمد جعفر بھائی بولتے خدا کرے جا رہے ہو واپس پلٹ کرنا ہو. بولا کیوں؟ بولا جیسے جا رہے ہو ویسے نہیں آنا, کوئی اور انسان آئے. There should be a different person. Yeah. So this is the wajib part of the labbaik Allahumma labbaik labbaik la sharika laka labbaik. You remember the hadith of which I discussed, that آواز لگائی تھی کس نے؟ حضرت ابراہیم علیہ الصلوۃ والسلام. اس آواز کے اوپر میں کہہ رہا ہوں لبیک اللہم لبیک, اے خدا تیرا بندہ حاضر ہے. لبیک اللہم لبیک, تیرا بندہ حاضر ہے تیرے سامنے. لا شریک لک لبیک, تیرا کوئی شریک نہیں ہے, تیرا کوئی پارٹنر نہیں ہے. This is mustahab. ان الحمد والنعمت لک والملک لا شریک لک لبیک. I have to finish within 5 minutes by the way. 8:40 I was supposed to finish, isn't it? Yeah. So these are mustahab. Even once you recite this, so I remember, So there will be a person in bus. So at least once you decide this is mustahab. So longer version of this labbaik. Yeah. How many times must the wajib talbiyah be recited? How many times? Once. You recite once only, you are in a state of ihram. After that it is mustahab. So जितनी दफा पढ़ सकते हैं उतनी दफा पढ़ें. Okay. So how much to recite? Or when to recite? Okay, can I repeat it? Yes. When waking up from sleep, after every prayer, while embarking or disembarking from a vehicle, when meeting with other riders, जब भी आपको टाइम मिले, लब्बैक अल्लाहुम्मा लब्बैक, लब्बैक ला शरीक लक लब्बैक, उसको रिपीट करते जाए इंसान. Before it was taking 10-15 days from Medina to Makkah. Nowadays, within few hours you are there. So at night, you recite. कब तक पढ़ूं मैं? So a person who is going for Hajj, Umrah, Tamattu, as soon as you start seeing the old houses of Makkah, stop. Now stop. Now you're not supposed to recite Labbaik Allahumma. You will see some people they are reciting, but don't follow them. You have to stop saying Labbaik because आप आ गए हरम में आ गए आप. You are in Makkah now. Now there is no need for you to recite Labbaik Allahumma. It is not mustahab anymore. Now wearing ihram from miqat. So what is miqat? Miqat literally means a specified time or place. So there is a specified place where you're supposed to wear your ihram, miqat. So how many places are there? By the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 different places. A person who is coming to Khane Kaaba to perform Hajj or Umrah, from these 5 places, you can wear your ihram. आप इराक से आ रहे हैं, आप यमन से आ रहे हैं, आप मदीना से आ रहे हैं. So it all depends. So normally people are coming from either from Medina or Jeddah. So you will go from Medina, so Dhul, Hulayfa or Masjid Shajara or Abyar Ali, these are different names. So there you will wear your ihram. Or a person who is coming from Jeddah, Juhfa, that is 179 kilometers away from Mecca. So this is the place, Masjid Ash-Shajara or Dhul Hulayfa, Abyar Ali. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, so whenever he performed his Umrah or Hajj, he wore his ihram from Masjid Shajara only. That's it. कहीं और से उन्होंने नहीं पहना, यहीं से पहना है. And this place is called Masjid Shajara. Masjid Shajara के अंदर जाकर आपको ihram की नियत करनी, not from outside. But other places, there is no need actually to go to the mosque. No, that area. But when it comes to the Masjid Shajara or Dhul Hulayfa is the place, there you go inside the mosque and you have to recite Talbiyah. That's the case. You will see people like that. They are there and they are reciting Talbiyah. Yeah. You can ask a lady who cannot enter. She is in a state of hayd or nifas. What should she do? So outside the mosque, Masjid Shajara, she can do the niyyah. There is no problem. For her, it is not wajib actually to go inside. If she is in the state of istihaza, so in the state of istihaza, she can enter the mosque. There is no problem. And the last thing is, once you have done your ihram, how many things were there in ihram? 3 things. Niyyah, talbiyah. All these at miqat. Once you are done, finally on the way to Makkah. So at Fajr time, you will reach where? You will reach Makkah. So these other 4 things, inshallah, next session we will discuss this. These are so tawaf, 2 rakah salah of tawaf, sa'i and taqsir. All you will do in Makkah. So there you will do. So inshallah ta'ala, we'll discuss this in our next session. Next session will be on Thursday. Thursday, inshallah. So Thursday, the problem is there is Dua Kumel. So we'll keep the 7:30 because by the time you will come here, it will be 7:30 to 7:40 in between. If you have any question, you can ask. Otherwise, from my side, it's over. Khalas. So what we have discussed tonight is ihram. Ihram only. So there are 5 wajibat of Umrah Tamattu. So the first part we have done. The next 4 parts, we will discuss this in our next session. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.